Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Ruins of Sin Reactions. I'm Nightwish Ruin.
I'm Sacrifice Sin.
And we're continuing with our 13 Days of Metal Christmas tonight. Tonight we're doing A Holy Night. It's a metal cover from Adrian Cowan. It's a collaboration with her and two guys from Firstborn, I think is the name of the band, and then another guy from her band Seven Spires. And I don't think I've heard this song all the way through this version.
I haven't heard it at all.
I never cared for the Christmas Carol in general. It was a little too slow for me. But you know, being a metal cover, hopefully it's more upbeat and everything.
Yeah.
And this one actually, in the description, it just say this was originally composed in 1847. I knew most of these Christmas carols, most of these classics, as you'd call them, are wicked old. I know that. And I'm sure there's older ones than that.
Oh yeah, I'm damn sure about that.
Well, I mean, I love Adrian Cowan. I love Seven Spires, and what I've heard so far of her in Sasha Pace's Masters of Ceremony, I love that. Plus, I've heard some of her covers on her channel on YouTube. So, loved how she I swear I think she owned the freaking what do you call it? That Dimmu Borgir's song. I can't remember the name of it right now. Well, I don't mean that. I mean, literally, you could almost not even tell it was someone else. It was so. I'm like, is she singing with like the rest of it going or something? But yes, I know.
Over the song playing.
Yeah, I could barely tell it was someone different. I mean, it had been a long time since I'd seen that, listened to that band, but. But anyways, to get into Holy Night.
And before we get going, if you guys are liking our content so far, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. And also, the original video link will be in the description down below. Let's get into this.
Are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth.
She doesn't got a fucking voice.
Yeah, I know. I mean, so you gotta, yeah. Just listening to that song, it's like, okay, you wouldn't think that she also did a cover of a band like Dimmu Borgir because it's like, the totally different style. I mean,
Mm-hmm. That just goes to show you she can do a lot of
yeah,
different styles.
I mean, just that's why I love Seven Inspired. You got like the growls. Like one song is pretty much almost all growls, and then even just her normal voice, it's just so intense.
Mm-hmm.
Her clean vocals are intense, and then she can get like lower, softer. Even you can definitely even hear operatic tones in there. Definitely, I know she also did a cover of Ghost Love Score floor style, and I think she did that very well too.
I think I remember hearing that one.
Yeah.
I think I only heard it once.
But it's just like, I don't know. I mean, that she's another one. Definitely very, very broad range. I love it. I love the vocals, and like what the hell? Someone said in the comments too. It's like, why couldn't they sing like this in church? Beauty meets heavy. It's like, yeah. I mean, it kind of brought me thinking of Sister Act. It's like, they in that movie they were still singing the religious songs and all that, but they put a spin on them, which brought people to the church. And it's like, okay, so it's not the divine style you would think from a church, but they couldn't sing the way they tried to. The way that they wanted them to sing, they weren't good. But whatever. The point is, it's like you reach more people if you change things up. I'd say. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
that's like why I think a lot of these, like a lot of bands and just different artists are collaborating together and coming out with Christmas songs, just covers of them.
Yeah.
For the metal and the rock fans, because you never really heard those back. Like when we were growing up.
Hell, you still barely hear. And I mean, the most you hear is like a pop rock version of certain things, like on the radio or something. But it's still not,
Only way you hear this is from what I heard this year. They have one on Sirius XM satellite radio.
Well, they don't play that in stores.
Yeah, exactly. You'll never hear that.
The only way you might get that at a store is if it's a small shop owned by the one like it's an independent shop. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you reach more people. I mean, I certainly wouldn't like. This is such a it's a religious song. I wouldn't change my belief system because of a song. But I mean, you hear like it lets you actually hear the lyrics, because you hear a song that's really slow. It's not your style. You're just like, okay, I'm not going to listen.
You
to
get
this.
bored with it, and you just like change.
And I've made that mistake so many times with songs by bands I love. It starts slow, and if I'm paying attention, I'll just change it. When you're actually busy doing something, and then you're just like, okay, that was an idiotic mistake for all those years of skipping that song, because like a quarter of the way in, it takes a massive turn or whatever.
As they say, it does a 180.
Yeah, but like I said, I definitely, I probably wouldn't go listen to, the other styles of this song, No. I mean, I'd listen to this song again, this version, it was good, Loved her range in it, and I just know like there's so much more that she does.
And being the traditional metal style, I love how they threw the guitar solos in.
Yeah, the double bass drum. You wouldn't expect to hear anything like that for this song.
But it still went.
Yeah, definitely. I knew there wasn't going to be any of her growls, because this is not one of those.
It's not that style.
It wouldn't, definitely wouldn't call for it.
There's one that's out there called Silent Night. And it's just like, I'm like,
yeah, I forget who did it.
I can see doing like a metal version of this, but no, you don't need a growl for it.
I'm not even sure, because aside from that song, which still the music was slow as hell, like because like I said again, like I've said before, it was in like the black metal style, the growls but slow music puts you to sleep. And that a lot of that style puts me to sleep, and it's just so slow. But I don't know, like Silent Night, I'm not sure how much the tempo could go up before it ruins the song.
Well, like I said,
honestly.
It depends on who's doing it. If they do it right,
yeah, definitely.
You can still like bring up the tempo. Just
I have a feeling
clean vocals.
I have a feeling these guys could probably do it. I mean,
Mhm.
a whole Holy Night is not one that you
That's
think
not
you
even
could
a fast
do.
song either.
Yeah, that's
a
what I mean.
That's just that reminds me a lot of Silent Night.
Exactly.
It's like the
So
same
I think they
style.
could do it. You wouldn't think when I remember saying just a bit ago before we started this, I'm like, I hope it's not too slow. I mean, I know it says metal cover, but sometimes metal can be slow too.
Mhm.
And this was just the right amount of
Slow and
everything.
fast.
And
So
that's another thing, like how they said about, I know, just to say this one thing and then we can wrap it up. Like, because in church and stuff, those slower songs they sing, even if it's like a choir, it's almost like monotone. You feel like you're almost at like a, I don't even know. I haven't been to church in
it's
a
like,
million
let's go to
years,
sleep
but
now.
yeah. With this, she changed the levels.
She changed the temp. She changed the style of her voice. She went up. She went down. She did vibrato. She did all of it.
I mean, I'm sure there's other great covers out there, other versions of this that are great. I mean, I don't know. I've kind of always avoided
we just
this
go
song.
for whatever we can find at the time.
But yeah, speaking of, let us know what your favorite
Oh
Holy Night is, and
or the version of Oh Holy Night. And join us tomorrow for our continuation of our rock and metal Christmas
yeah, we're
songs.
getting close. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
And then if you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you're liking our content so far, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. And until we see you until tomorrow, later.
See you later, guys.